going on, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. For today's episode, we got a movie review, we got some Disney news to talk about as it pertains to the parks, and of course, we got some mainstream news to talk about. So, without further ado, let's get started with one of our big topics today, and that's what we're going to be talking about is the future of the Disney parks. Now, I was supposed to talk about this last week, but I want to get some of my facts and information straight out before I talked about it on the podcast. Now, I'm only going to be talking about what's coming up at Walt Disney World. If you want to look up what's going on, what happened at Disneyland or all the other parks, y'all can look that up. But I got all the lists what's going to be happening and what's going to be coming soon to the Walt Disney World Resort. So let's get into our notes here. And all of these announcements was made during the Destination D23 Disney Parks presentation. So, Ahsoka will be a part of the Star Tours attraction globally next spring. So, with that in mind, I do certainly expect that not that we got the Mandalorian at Star Wars Galaxy Edge. I do fully expect that we'll get Ahsoka there as well as part of Galaxy's Edge. And then next up, sorry if I pronounced the name, but Ahsoka, I don't know if I pronounced it right, but that's the new character from Disney's upcoming Wish film is coming to Epcot. That's a good meet and greet there. Daniel Johnson announced that the Hatbox Ghost will be joining the Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort in later November 2023 for the very first time. So that is some pretty good news there. Now, it's going to be based off the old school Haunted Mansion, not the remake that we just saw in the remake movie with Jared Leto. I do fully expect that could happen at Disneyland. So we'll see how that goes from there. A new act and new songs is coming to the Country Bear Jamboree, and also a new poster was revealed during the presentation. So we're gonna get some new songs and some new art coming there. So that's some good news there. This is a news that we finally wanted to hear. The World Celebration will open in Epcot in December. Finally, because walking around Epcot with a lot of boards on there is very stressful. So finally, World Celebration will be finished by December, hopefully. Loomis, The Sympathy of Us, will debut at Epcot on December 5th, 2023. So that's going to be the new Epcot nighttime celebration fireworks show. Disney is working with Chevrolet to complete a re-image of the test track. The re-image will be inspired by the original World of Motion. So we don't have an official date on when test track will be temporarily closed at the time, because with this announcement, I do firmly believe they're gonna re-image everything, so it's gonna be temporarily closed until the re-image is done. So hopefully we get some news on when it's gonna be the temporarily closed at the time being for the re-image. Bruce Vaughn talks about an expansion behind Thunder Mountain in Magic Kingdom. It says that it's the biggest thing that they have done. So, and with that in mind, there was a new artwork that was shared at the re-image of Dino Land in Animal Kingdom, with mentions of bringing Encanto and Indiana Jones and Coco to life at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. Now, on previous episodes, we talked about saying that Encanto and Coco was originally going to come to the Magic Kingdom as part of the expansion of Frontierland slash Latin America. Well, but with the new news saying that Encanto and Coco is now going to be a part of the of Animal Kingdom along with Indiana Jones. So that makes you wonder, what about the news about going to Magic Kingdom? Well, guess what? That one is out of the window. So let's look at where it's going to be now. So as far as Magic Kingdom goes, they're still going to have Liberty Square. They're still going to have Frontierland. And when Thai's Bayou Adventure and Tatiana's restaurant opens, that whole section will be New Orleans, the square. So you're gonna have a new section over there. But we recently talked about Villains Land. So with Encanto and Coco out of the picture and moving over to Animal Kingdom, that leads to Villains Land to have a more expansion over there. And they also talked about adding a Haunted Mansion restaurant right next to the Haunted Mansion ride, which that will be good as well. So, and with that in mind, Villains Land expanding more, this might rival with Universal's Monsterland that is coming to Epic Universe. And I've been saying this for for a while now. Disney needs to do something to rival Epic Universe, because when Epic Universe opens, everybody and their mama is going over there. So Disney, y'all better do something, because when y'all say in your presentation that y'all gonna invest this $60 billion into y'all parks and reservation and cruises, well, y'all better do something to counteract with the Epic Universe, because if not, y'all in trouble. But going back to with Encanto, Coco, and Indiana Jones coming to Animal Kingdom Park. So Indiana Jones will be replacing the dinosaur ride, because I forgot which park is that, but they did have an Indiana Jones ride that's kind of similar to Dinosaur, so that would make sense over there. So Encanto, they will have the house that was inspired by the movie. They're gonna have one section there, and then they're gonna have one section with Coco there. But in my original thoughts, I thought that Coco and Encanto will be a part uh, of Epcot. So that means that Coco will be a part of the Mexican Pavilion, and then when they have the money, they can bring Encanto to Epcot as part of the Columbia Pavilion there. So that was my original thoughts. But it's going to be very interesting what the Encanto Land and the Coco Land is gonna be. And sticking with the more Animal Kingdom news, this might be a little sad for most people, but a new show inspired by Zootopia is being created at the Tree of Life Theater. So everyone that loved a Bug's Life show, that's gonna be gone, and it's very sad to see them go. But there was a report saying that not many people has been going to the Bug's Life attraction, so they feel that it's out of its touch right now. So personally, I'm not too shady about it. A Zootopia theater that would be pretty good, but a part of me will still miss the Bud's Life the theater there. But moving on, Flame May will begin its meet and greet at the imaginary pavilion at Epcot. So Fleet May is back as a meet and greet at Epcot. A new Pirates of the Caribbean theme lodge is coming to Adventureland at the Magic Kingdom Park. So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting there. And then lastly, we got the Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, will open on October 6th to October 16th, and Moana will also arrive at World Nature that day, making her first appearance as a own dedicated space to Epcot. So it's not like a ride or anything. It's just like a walkthrough, and y'all be able to do be able to touch water and like all that other stuff. So it's just like that's what it is. But that's all the news that's coming to Walt Disney World parks. And let me know in the comments below if you're watching me on YouTube, and let me know what are your thoughts or opinion about that. But now let's get into our mainstream news. First up is that HBO has canceled Winning Time after the season finale. So let's read what Deadline had to say. HBO's Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers, the Dynasty, has come to an end. After the second season finale on Sunday, creator Matt Borstein confirmed on the news on Twitter, "Not the ending that we had in mind," he wrote, "but nothing but gratitude and love." So, I would have definitely loved to see more, but the way that this season has ended, I was totally fine, because the whole point of that series was to talk about the era, which it was the Lakers and the Celtics dynasty. So that's what that era was about. So I'm a little upset, but at the same time, I'm okay with it. Continue on with the news. Director Sally Richardson follow up on Instagram with, "When you give it everything that you got, you can have no regrets. I hope you enjoyed the last episode of Winning Time on HBO. I'm sure I will do many more hours of TV and hopefully many features in my future. But I can say that at this moment in time, I am most proud of the work we did on this massive show." So that's some of the good news there. But moving on. Loki drops new feature, new release date, and new time. So let's read what Deadline had to say. The second season of Disney Plus Marvel Studios' Loki was originally set to debut on Friday, October 6th. However, the streamer is following a new rule out of its primetime playbook with Ahsoka and dropping episodes in prime time. The new premiere date for Loki is now October 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and subsequent episodes will drop on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time for the rest of the season. So that's going to be very interesting there. And moving forward, Abby in Last of Us Season 2 has officially cast. So let's read this article here. Season 2 of HBO's The Last of Us will begin shooting once the Hollywood strikes has come to an end. And now fans has confirmed that the new season and its most integral new character, Abby, has been cast. HBO showrunner Craig Mercer confirmed to the LA Times that the actor will portray Abby in season 2 of HBO's The Last of Us has officially been cast. However, the actor's name has not been revealed just yet, as Mason is likely to wait until the Writers Guild of America, the WGA, and the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA strikes are over to reveal the new star. So I like their strategy there, not to give away the actor that has been cast as Abby when the strike is still going on. So I like that strategy. So just wait for everything for the strike to be over to make your announcements. That's a good strategy there. Surprise! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem hits streaming on Paramount Plus. So let's look at the its box office numbers there. So at worldwide box office, they made $167 million. So it's okay. At least I don't think it's a bomb or a flop, but we'll see at the end. And critically, it was a 96%. And my book, it was a really good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And we got a note here coming from The Verge saying that Paramount announced that Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem has hit Paramount Plus in the U.S. and Canada. The CG animated movie is now the 7th Turtles movie in a line that started with the better than it soon have been 1990s live action film. Mutant Mayhem is already available to pre-order on 4K HD Blu-ray and standard Blu-ray and DVD. So, with that being said, let's move forward. Elemental has hit a huge Disney Plus launch, hitting its biggest of the year. So let's read what the Hollywood Reporter had to say. The slow burn life of Elemental continues. The film landed its top streaming debut for a movie on Disney Plus so far that this year. The streaming services announced on Monday that follows Elemental's box office journey, which began a disappointing with a worse record opening for Pixar's movie, only for the film to have a strong legs to ultimately earn $484 million globally. So that's with that being said, it was a sleeper hit for that one. According to Disney, Elemental has 26.4 million views, or to put it another way, viewing is time equivalent to the many complete showings of the movie worldwide in its first 5 days of streaming. Like its competitor Netflix, Disney Plus has divided total viewing times by the titles of the runtime. So I think it made more for what the Little Mermaid did on its Disney Plus viewing, but it's still some good numbers there. And with that being said, let's move on. 10 things that James Gunn's DCU must do to succeed. So let's look at these the top 10 things. Number 1, find the right balance of dark and light tones. That I agree with. So certain characters that has a dark humor, like for example, you can make those rated R. And some those who have a lighter tone, they keep them where they are, because we don't need them to be like shuffled all over the place. So that's a good one there. Number 2, stick to the plan or commit to change when it's needed. So don't listen to other people saying like, oh, like we don't need to hear like all that other stuff. No. Just stick with your plan. That's what you got. And once you do that, you'll be good. Number 3, have a clear vision with directors before filming starts. Yes. So just have a connection with your directors and make sure everything don't be shuffled as well. Number 4, tell standalone stories outside of the cinematic universe. Yes, we need those as well. 5, tell personal stories. We definitely need that. 6, have a real consequences. Yes. Number 7, don't make the DCU completely the Batman theatrical. So, like, yeah, everything does not have to be just be on the Batman. Like, make other characters meaningful as well. Number 8, don't overexpand with dozen characters. Yes, like make them that are meaningful. Don't just put them in there just because. Number 9, take advantage of the rich villains. Yes, make them more meaningful. Just like for like Thanos. Take Thanos for example. And lastly, number 10, remember to infuse adventures into the stories. So, so that's your top things there that James Gunn need to do in order to succeed in the DCU. Let me know in the comments below if you watch me on YouTube. Well, what are your thoughts on that? Moving on, DC Daredevil reboot has been slammed by the original showrunner. Let's see what the showrunner had to say. And not only did they cancel Daredevil once crew got fully raised in holiday vacation pay, the Disney Plus reboot is back to season 1 of its contract terms. It is a fucking scam. I wonder if Steven Denight knows that. This pops Midnight response, calling the move to the reboot the Daredevil show after 3 seasons a old Disney scam. It is a old Disney scam, for where it slightly renamed the series to reset contract terms back to the first season. Needed to be addressed by all the guild's unions and crushed. Man. But listen, I've been saying this for a while. Just keep everything that don't make the Daredevil Reborn again to Disney. We need to see at least some blood. At least. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. Marvel's VFX coordinator taught Nightmare Falcon and the Winter Soldier experience. So let's read this article here. While speaking with IndieWire, Rebecca explains that the members of the Falcon and Winter Soldier's VFX crew worked 75 days in a row and only got time off if they had a nervous breakdown. I did not know how this is acceptable, she said. I did not know how can they work people like this. It is a first ever Marvel TV show during its COVID days. Man, that's it. That was like, man, going 75 days with no break. Man, that's crazy. But kudos for y'all to by hanging in there, man. Y'all deserve y'all flowers. Moving on, the creator got his first reaction, calling it a classic and one of 2013's one of 2023's best. Excuse me. So we got a couple of reactions from the Hollywood Reporter. So first off, we're gonna read from BD saying, "The creator is astonishingly good. The best film of the year and the best sci-fi film in ages, in my opinion. Gareth Edwards flips his expectations and really impressively for a very touching and creative story of humanity. Genuinely love it. You have to see this one." So a good positive there. Next one we got from Hunter Balding, and he says, Gareth Edwards did not miss with the creator. The movie takes place alongside Terminator 2, Alien, and Star Wars, as an absolutely smashing examples of how sci-fi can pair up our world. It is easily among the best films of this year. All right, that's a good positive there. Moving on to the next one from Griffin Shalin. Sorry if I pronounced the name. But the creator is masterful piece of sci-fi original. Garrett Edwards is one of the great filmmakers. A soulful, Lucas-like interrogation of a human beliefs and basis in our insecurities in the face of something greater. Spectacular at heart and the highest order. Pure cinema, baby. So that's three there. Um, Moving on to the next one from Courtney Howard saying, through pulls is an indomitable inspirations. The creator is one of the best original sci-fi epics in years. Massively entertaining, erotic and profound on every level. Garrett Edwards constructs a immersive world that filled with compelling characters, absolutely radical. So that's four there. Moving on to the next one for Pierce Noir saying visually the creator is phenomenal. If you want a cinematographer on the rise to keep your eyes on, it is Ion Suffer. This movie is one of the stunning frames after the next. So there we got our first praise there for the cinematography. And moving on. This one is from Garen Massey Lucer saying the creator is both fun sci-fi delight. It has an ingoing story, gorgeous visuals, resource themes, and epic action. The main problem is that it didn't make me cry. It teared very hard, but a tiny lack of connection means it's just missing being a perfect package. Only adjust. So at least he got some few negative parts there, but it's still positive as it is. But next one we got from Christy Nomber saying the creator is ambitious a sci-fi odyssey with a profile on taking a humanity, acceptance, and freedom at its core. John David Washington gives a career best performance, while Manly Young proves that she is a young actor to watch. The third act surprised me. This film went there. Ooh, that could have been something there in the third act. But and then lastly, we got from John Duggerman saying the creator is a masterpiece and one of the year's best movies. It hits so many levels, with AI being such a hot topic. Gerald Edwards does a meaningful job on keeping the audience engaged in every step of the way. Madeline Young Alves has to be in there in conversation for the Oscars. So we got our pizza Oscar news intentions there. So hopefully it can get some more Oscar intentions there. So a lot of positives there. So I would be definitely checking out that movie when it comes out this coming week. Moving on, Chris Evans is opening about Captain America comeback. So let's read what he has to say. Yeah, maybe, just because it was such a wonderful experience, but I am also very prejudiced the procedures with it. It's something that I'm very proud of. And like I said, sometimes I can't believe it even happened. I won't want the black eye if I felt like cash grab or if it didn't live up to expectations or it just felt like it wasn't connecting to the original thing. So, with that being said, he says he'll be willing to come back, but it has to be meaningful because Captain America had his ending story in Endgame. So, in order for him to come back, it got to be meaningful. And the one thing that they could do to bring him back, and that will be after Secret Wars, because Marvel been saying that after Secret Wars they might reboot the entire MCU. So We'll see how that goes from there. Maybe he can return in Kane Dynasty or Secret Wars, but we'll see how that goes. Michael Caine said he's basically retired from acting. So let's see what he had to say. Caine said he had reached a point of his career where he is now sort of retired from acting. I am bloody 90 now, and I can't walk properly and all that. He said, I had a best possible life I could have thought of. The best possible wife and the best possible family. They have not been a family that other people say is the best possible family, but the best possible family for me. When asked he wants to be remembered for, Caine answered, the fact that I remained an actor all my life and I never went to anything else. I never left. I never wanted to leave. So that kind of explains his dedication to the work that he has done. So kudos to Sir Michael Caine there. Moving on. The WGA could end the strike today. News fact: they did not end the strike today. But let's read the tweet from David Feder saying, after a face-to-face meeting today, the writers and producers near agreement to end the WGA strike met today and hopefully finalize the deal tomorrow. According to people close to negotiations, we're optimistic worn out with the deal tomorrow strike likely to continue the year's end. Okay, first off, they did not end the strike. They met up with Thursday and it did not end. They had no deal. They did that on Friday and they had no deal. And somehow today they could not reach no deal there. But let me just say this. If they don't reach a deal by this coming Thursday, then the strike will continue and will leave on to 2024. So that's how much I can say by there. But moving on from that, 5 things that Star Wars need to do in order to move forward. So, number 1, have a plan. 2, move forward. Number 3, include the Jedi. Number 4, take advantage of the last advance era. And 5, have diversity in scale. So, do you agree with those 5 things? Let me know in the comments below if you watch me on YouTube. Moving on. Man of Steel writer points out where the DCEU went wrong. Let's see what he had to say. And this is coming from Variety. I know the pressure we are getting from Warner Brothers, which was, we needed our MCU. We needed our MCU. No, you don't. And I was like, let's not run before we walk. Garner said, the other thing that was difficult at the time is where there was a revealing door of executives at Warner Brothers and DC. For every 8 months, someone new would come in and just getting whiplash for every new person, like, we are going to get bigger. So, this is where they messed up. So, in case y'all didn't know, so after Man of Steel, Zack Snyder wanted to do Man of Steel 2. But the people at Warner Brothers saying, like, no. We're not doing that. So they probably saw the box office numbers for Man of Steel was. But it looks good. But according to Warner Brothers, it didn't look good for them. So they was like, oh, in the next Man of Steel, we're going to put Batman in there, and we're going to put Wonder Woman in there. Instead of calling it Man of Steel 2, we're going to call this Batman v Superman. And that was the problem there. And I've been saying this for a very long time now, said that they should have ran their own race instead of trying to catch up with the MCU. And Zack Snyder was doing that. And they got, where we had this news here. If we didn't have this news, then we would have been blaming on Zack Snyder. We would have been blaming on Warner Brothers. We would have been blaming on everybody. So it's just a matter of, like, people that hire you and they have your a foot on your neck and say like, "Oh, we like your ideas, but we're going with our ideas." Like it's just getting whiplash after the time, and it just was ridiculous. So hopefully, James Gunn don't get caught up in that same situation. So hopefully, yeah, like I said, hopefully he just stick to his plan and make sure and everything will be fine. Moving on. The creator box office results. Is it projected to flop? I hope not. So let's read this article here, this note here. The long range box office projectors for the creator claim that it will open to 15 and 24 million domestically, ending up between 40 and 85 million in its first weekend, coming from Box Office Pro. However, the actual figures could differ drastically. So hopefully this don't be a flop. I hope not. Moving on. Amazon Video will now have commercials unless you play the upgrade. Oh my god. Well, I guess they have to pay them bills though. But let's read what the Hollywood Reporter had to say. Another Forge ad-free streaming service is now adding commercials to its programming. Amazon announced on Friday morning that Prime Video will serve a feature-limited ads beginning earlier 2024. The exact date for the rollout has been determined. What's more, the ad tier will be the default option for Prime Video, which is included in the Amazon Prime membership along with the free shipping on its packages, Amazon Music, and other perks. The company says the price of the regular Prime subscription won't rise until next year. But the users want to continue watching Prime without commercial, having to pay the extra $2.99 per month. Amazon will alert users a few weeks ahead of the introduction of ads to Prime Video with the instruction on how to sign up for ad-free viewing. So, y'all think this is a good move? Do y'all want to keep where y'all at? Because right now, Amazon, Netflix, yeah, basically mostly everything, mostly all the streamings have like a with ad tier, a ad free tier, and other like higher stuff. So, man, it's crazy. So, I guess we gotta watch out for our budgets when it comes to these streaming services. Man, it's crazy. But that's all the mainstream news that I have for you guys today. And let's get to our last piece of topic, and that's gonna be a movie review on the Expendables 4. So this is the fourth installment of the Expendables series, and it stars Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, and Randy Couture, and with newcomers with 50 Cent, Megan Fox, Tony Jaa, Aku, Jacob Scorpley, Lenny Trey, and Andy Garcia. So, and watching this movie, this definitely feels like a Jason Statham movie. So, in previous in development of the movie, Sylvester Stallone confirmed that the film will be his final appearance as Barney Ross, with Statham is expected to take over the series after his departure. So, as Stallone was looking to pass the franchise lead to Statham, he did it about 80 of all the filming and overshadowing post production, as well as serving as producer. So, it's going to be very interesting how the franchise is going to lead under Jason Statham, but I do believe that it's going to be very good. But going into this, I don't review this movie critically, so this is one of those to turn your brain off movies and just to enjoy the fun action silliness as it is. But if I had to rank all of the four expendable films, number number 2 and 1 are in my first top two. I will put Expendable 4 as number 3, and then the third one will be at number 4 because I had problems with third one. Not that it was a bad movie. My only problem was is that they made that junk PG-13, and I know why they did it because they tried to please more audience. I was like, no, 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 no. With this type of film series, you need to make this movie all the way rated R, and that was one of its problems, and that was one of my least favorites there. So thank God that the Expendable 4 went back to being rated R. So thank God on that. So but other than that, man, the pacing of this movie was really good. It kind of felt short to me at times by looking at it, but yeah, but it was still good for what it was. So I enjoyed the action of it. So uh, let me just say this, but Jacob Scorpio that was in Bad Boys for Life, his character was very familiar to Antonio Banderas' character in Expendables 3. So that was a good good sorry, I missed all the words. Continuation, continuity from from the third movie, and all the other ones were basically the just new characters that may have been a former member of the Expendables, maybe new members, and all the other stuff as well. And I definitely love the chemistry between Jason Statham and Megan Fox there. Love the chemistry between those two, and yeah. But other than that, I would definitely give this movie a C plus. So it was very mid. So if you're one of those, if you're a fan of Jaden Statham, if you're a fan of Sylvester Stallone, if you're a fan of 50 Cent or any other cast members, definitely go watch it. If you're a fan of action movies, definitely go watch this movie. But other than that, man, that I gave it a C plus grades. But and with that being said, that's all. That's it for today's episode. If you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell with new episodes or any new videos are uploaded. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast streaming platform, don't forget to follow me there as well. All the links will be in the description below. So, and with that being said, this is Trico, and I'm signing off, y'all. Peace.